So the current existing field conditions are difficult on poor weather days. Inclement weather really puts us behind in schedule. I cannot safely put student athletes out here on a day when it rains or there's any snow or any type of really precipitation. As you can see me just walking in it now, you can see my shoes sinking in it, and we've had just some small rain today. Luckily we don't have a competition today, but otherwise I would have to cancel it if we did. This is our driveway access to the upper field currently. It really has a lot of water, a lot of cracks in the pavement, and anytime anybody parks at the upper fields, we end up with ruts like this that we end up having to repair, and it really causes our grounds team more work in addition to trying to fix our fields to get ready for play that day. Here we are on the upper fields. The ground is very, very soft. We're after a few days of rain. There are some standing puddles out here. We can do our best to try to get this ready, but again, there's the divots between the grass patches that really need some overseeding. And then as you can see over here, there's just some patches that are having trouble growing grass. Those are some trouble spots for us. Those are the areas that hold water. And again, there's numerous amounts of those on both fields for soccer and on the lacrosse field that we have up here and in the baseball outfield. And those really contribute to being the trouble spots when we get rain or again inclement weather, because that's where the water is held, and it really becomes an issue when there's several of them in one playing area to try to resolve or try to alleviate that water before we play competition that day.
Practice up there, we didn't really have much time for practice up there because of how much the fields, it was unplayable. So we actually had to move to the back fields over there where behind the bus garage, or we would practice at the track here. And we would have to find a green spot to try and get touches on the ball, which wasn't much.
But it would be really great to have a field here that could have multiple games on it on one day, and it would really service a larger student population in one day and really showcase them in one main stage show for athletics.
Personally played on many turf fields. It's kind of one of the first things you look at when you get your schedule is where you're going to be playing away. You get a couple turf games, you get excited about it. The game feels faster, you feel faster yourself, and it's just a lot of fun. You feel like a professional athlete when you're playing on turf.
The competition that you play, in our local communities around, surrounding communities, have turf fields. And I think the more we can get our kids on our field to participate and play and not have cancellations within the climate of weather will benefit our kids long term.
Our track is in currently good condition, but once we start infiltrating and changing up the central field into turf, we're going to have a lot of machinery over the top of it. There's going to be issues with how they meet the turf to the edge of the track and so on. So it really does make the most sense to make it a comprehensive project of doing both the turf field and the track at the same time, so that when the community is ready to use this and our athletes are ready to get out there, we're presenting a top-notch athletic facility with a brand new press box that will have our lighting will be better. We'll have really a compliance around the outside for ADA, where all of our spectators and all of our community members can access our field and get a close-up view of our athletes in action. And it will just be an amazing facility that will be really a highlight of the community in Washingtonville. The current press box is just a cinder block building. I mean, we are lucky to have it, but really it needs some upgrades. We have a stereo system there that really has a hard time broadcasting. We'll be looking at upgrading that in the next project. Really making it look state-of-the-art, really still honoring the Wizard Nation, the Wizard pride of it, but really upgrading it, really kind of giving our coaches a place that gives a full game view and really gives them an opportunity to see our students in action above everybody, to get that camera angle, to get those recruiting films, and to honor our student athletes and to really be able to have that aerial view of the whole facility. Another part of this project would be to replace all the fencing surrounding the track and multi-purpose field. This would be for safety and security of the athletes inside, and also so that we can close the facility if we have a ticketed event or something inside. As you can see, there's rust. They really don't meet up anymore. Some of the latches are missing. It's difficult to close it at this point. Adding an area for someone that has ADA compliance or would have an access issue getting to the field of being able to have some type of asphalt or a harder surface here meeting the fence, so it can be right up on that cheering your athlete along, as opposed to kind of having to be back in the areas that are paved. And now we're going to have a more paved area here, accessible to all.
To explain the wetness, I think would be it would be as if you were walking on a waterbed. For whatever reason, the grass, and it's nowhere any other field I've ever been on, you can walk through center field and your feet feel like they're walking on a waterbed, and it's the strangest thing I've ever felt. It actually feels like there's water under the field at every moment. I can't think of many baseball fields in the county that have the dugout situation that we have, if any. We're pretty much one of the only places in the county that doesn't have a dugout for both the home and visiting teams. not having the dugouts provides a couple of issues. Obviously, bad weather, there's nowhere to go. Dugouts provide storage often that you could keep your stuff in it. But I think from a standpoint of also visiting teams, as a visiting coach, that would bother me tremendously. And I think that's honestly another major problem with not having a dugout. There's nowhere to go. There's no shielding from the fans. There's a pride that this town has, this community has, and when your fields and your facilities represent that pride, and they can actually see that within what's available for the players to play at, and when the young players come, we have a Little League day here when they can come here and see the fields and say, hey, that's something that I'm going to get to play on one day. Community comes out here, whether they have children in high school or they're in the elementary grades, they're going to see this and say, hey, that's a place I want to come. The football field, with that being done, that's going to be something that attracts people on a weekly basis, and they're going to be here, they're going to see that, they're going to be a part of it and say, hey, this is what Washingtonville is. And then